Right, thanks for bearing with me and everything. Seriously, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. I will get it together. This is so happening now. It's right on. So I'll just quickly tell you about that universal credit issue. What happened? For 25 years I was on the working tax credit, which was great, but not great. Working tax credit, they just left you to do your business. And if your business was a success, all well and good. And if your business was a failure, at least you had working tax credit just for bread and milk and to support you and get you through. And what it meant was a lot of quirky businesses could operate in society. So these antiques bookshops that you see, you know, these bookshops that you see in town, that you see them in town, and then when you need a book, you buy it on Amazon. And when you're walking through town, you need to see that bookshop as you're walking past it, because it makes you feel good to know that you've got a little bit of old-fashioned still in the high street. You feel a little bit good walking past the bookshop that you don't buy books from, but you feel good having them there. It's that mice again. It's seriously gonna have to deal with it. This paranoia. It's not paranoia there. That's self-consciousness, and I'm going off on one. God, I've lost it. So working tax credit covered hobby businesses of people like, people who would sell Minnie Mouse crisp packets from 1989 for £1 in packing materials that cost more than £1. People who were doing things like that, because you've got to admit you like shops like that. You've got to admit you like that these exist in your cities. This is a cultural thing. That we do this in the cities, but you don't want to buy it. You want to look at it, know that it's there, love the fact that there's a nutter with a shop that has them, but you don't want to buy it. And if you did, you'd get it cheaper on eBay. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to go off to eBay and buy it there, and then you're going to send it back because they sent you the wrong thing. But hey, it was cheap. So working tax credit wound down, and we all had to go on universal credit. Now on universal credit, they gave us 1 year to go from having this in your shop that nobody wants or buys, but is quirky and nice and fun and funky, to being a viable business. Now that means you got to put that in the skip now and get some thing that sells. Now, what sells? Oh, what sells is this full of poison that we can give to the children, thank you. So we could fill the shop with foods that should come with warning labels. Foods that should be illegal. Well, nothing should be illegal. Nothing should be illegal. But it should come with information, education, awareness. But let me not go on that one. Even the thing that nothing should be illegal, let me erase that. Something should be illegal. Of course they should. So universal credit gave us a year to prove that we had a viable business and we didn't just have hobby businesses. All well and good, but there are lots and lots of hobby businesses. These are cultural things that need arts grants, they need funding. We need support somewhere, but we don't get arts grants because we're in the business of commerce and consumerism. So we received benefits from the hard-working taxpayer. Mentioned in the video, truck driver and merchant seaman. That's obviously my hang-ups, my traumas, my whatevers. Yeah, my brother, eldest brother, is a trucker. My second eldest brother was a merchant seaman. So how coincidental that they were the two jobs that I plucked out. When I was a kid, the job that I absolutely, utterly wanted was a truck driver. When I was a kid, I just wanted to be sat in a big fat cabin, listening to country and western with nobody in my head, driving away all day long, up and down over to Europe, please, yes. That's what I wanted when I was a kid. I really wanted to be a truck driver. I was put off it in careers. Seriously, 15 years old, my careers teacher said, well, look at the size of you. You can never be a trucker. What? Is it not the forklift that loads the truck? Wow. So I went into other occupations. That careers officer needed a slap. She put me off so many viable... I'm going to go way beyond the 10, aren't I? No, 5. Good. That careers officer put me way off loads of things. I said I wanted to be a musician. I seriously meant I want to play to clubs of 100 people, playing the guitar, playing some deep, meaningful, real guitar, because I like the guitar. I didn't mean I want to be waving around like Tina Turner at Wembley Stadium. But that's what the careers teacher thought I meant. She didn't think that I meant I want to play the wagon and horses, get 50 quid and go home. And so I was put off that. Now, if that careers teacher had any idea, she'd have said, Larry, you are a brilliant writer and you love music, so why not think about a career in music journalism? Oh, I'd have been dead at 20. It's a good job I didn't. I'd have been dead at 20. Yeah, it's a good job. It's a good job I didn't go anywhere near music. I did go in music, but it was different. I'm going off on one again, aren't I? So the other thing, where was I then? What the hell was I talking about? No idea. Universal credit. So they gave us a chance, is what I'm saying. It's not been that severe, is what I'm saying. It's not just come out of nowhere, is what I'm saying. They gave us a chance. And also I want to say, I am going to be okay. I've spent 25 years building fairies wear boots, and it is rock solid. Absolutely, utterly rock solid. I really do need a few months, and I've been granted and given a few months. I'm not going to go into that, but there was issues, and there's been grace given. I've got a few months of survival, no problem. It's all okay, and I am going to be okay with commerce and selling things. It's the other profession. But what I want to get at is why this is happening, why we are being closed down, why that bookshop is not going to be around, because we don't go into the bookshop. We don't buy. If I want Mary Poppins, I'm not going to go into all the bookshops that I pass whenever I go visiting Chester, or whenever I go visiting, if I have a day out, all the time, waiting until the day that I find Mary Poppins in a bookshop. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go on Amazon. I'm going to get it for £3 now. And you are too. But yet we want that bookshop when we're walking through Chester. Otherwise, Chester doesn't feel as good. It just doesn't look as good. It just doesn't work right. So we want to go into the bookshop. We want to smell it. We want to feel it. We want to taste it. We want to love it. We want to walk out of there without having things to carry while we're in town for the week. And that's that. These things are cultural things, need support, and is worthy of support. Baba boom. So permanent vacation. I was working with the Universal Credit 3 years ago on how to have funky things happening in Britain from seriously unemployable people who will culturally benefit our quirky society. And permanent vacation was a great name when I was working with them, and now it seems like I am mocking the system because I am being threatened by them of this and that. I'll talk to you about that at some point. I went on and on and on about it yesterday, and it was so... it wasn't just that it was depressing. You see, depressing is okay if it's got some Tony Hancock, kind of Mort Sahl, kind of, Sam Kinison. Do you know what I mean? If it's got a bit of bite to it, but if it's just feeling sorry for itself and whining, if it's cursing the darkness rather than lighting a candle, it's not entertainment, Yeah, it's not. So anyway, so I've deleted that. I'll wind that there. I just want to put this up just to get some kind of mm, 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 that hanger dropped of the video one. Permanent vacation. That name's not going to stick around. The whole project isn't happening anymore. Permanent vacation project. Again, I'll talk about it, but that's not happening. It's all going to be fairies wear boots. It's all going to be sales. Permanent vacation can still happen if it funks up organically between us. All well and good. So okay, and there's there. I know my techno issues. I know my editing problems. I know the this, that, and the others. I'll get the Hawkwind together. Because the Hawkwind's going out of here to a big Hawkman, and it's going to be stored safely with him until the time comes of Trevfest. Yeah, wound up there. Thank you to the few people that engaged. Please don't stick around for polite, etc. Well, do whatever you want. I'm not going to be answering anything. I don't know. What I'm saying is I'm not going to be using that YouTube channel comments like a Facebook thing, chatting. Seriously, some sounds in this room. It's like people walking in here. Really? Is somebody walking in here? God, right, I'm gone. Thank you.